We all are defensive about feedback. That's
Yes.
just a given. I never tell people you shouldn't care what anyone else thinks. It shouldn't bother you when people have negative things to say. Of course it bothers us. Of course, we should care what people think to some extent. We shouldn't let it rule our lives, but we should be open to how other people are perceiving us. But when someone does come to us to give us a piece of constructive feedback, I outline a 5-step, well, I guess 6-step plan to really take it in and make use of it. So I'm
Yeah.
happy to walk you through that.
I would love it if you walked us through, and then afterwards, I wanna talk about curiosity and how it loops into all of this.
Sure. All right. So someone comes to you and says, "Hey, I really didn't love the way you showed up in the last meeting, and here's why, et cetera, et cetera." The first step is really just to take a breath and realize, okay, I'm getting some negative feedback here, and my first instinct might be to be defensive, but instead I'm going to lean in. And so the first thing you might say back is to mirror what you think you're hearing. Saying something like, okay, I think what I'm hearing you tell me is that when I show up in a meeting in this particular way, you feel frustrated or you feel railroaded by me or whatever it might be. So this is just to make sure that you're even hearing them correctly. And I'm a therapist, and so I'm reflecting what I'm hearing all the time, and it's amazing how often I'll reflect back what I think I heard and it's wrong. So there's something really important about making sure that what you're taking in is what's actually being offered. The second step is to give yourself just a little bit of space between hearing the feedback and responding to that feedback. Because when we do respond right away, it can be kind of defensive. So you might say something like, "I want a few minutes to think about what you're saying before we talk about it. Is that okay? Can you come back in 5 minutes, or can I message you in just a few minutes?" That kind of thing. There is an actual biological reason for this. Your body will sometimes go into fight or flight mode when you're hearing something like this to try to protect you, and that's not the best place to respond from. So you're actually giving yourself a chance to kind of come back to baseline. After you've had that time, and you want to spend that time checking in with yourself about why you're feeling what you're feeling. What's coming up for you? Do you feel angry about the feedback? Do you feel misunderstood? Are you sad? Does it feel like lonely, like nobody understands where you're coming from? That kind of thing. Center yourself a little, examine it. Then, when you call them back, thank them. Thank them for sharing. We forget that feedback is a gift. Even when it doesn't feel good to hear, someone being willing to tell you, "This is how I'm perceiving you and how you made me feel," is a kindness. It's an investment in the relationship. So say thank you for that investment. And then the next step is to get curious, to ask questions, to understand what this feedback is all about. You can say, "All right, I'm really ready to dig into this with you. Can you tell me more about what happened? How did it make you feel? If this exact situation were to happen again, what would you want me to do different next time? Or how could I show up for you better?" And then once they answer those questions and you take them in, let them know that you're really going to think about what they've said and make time to do that. Because if you can take in what they've said, you can fold it into an opportunity to grow and become a better leader, a better version of yourself, etc. I mean, think of any parent or leader or person in authority who's actually willing to hear feedback and how much safer that environment feels
Whew.
than the one who's like, "No, I'm in charge, I'm good." That's the gift that you're giving back to them by being receptive. And the way you respond to feedback is going to dictate everything about what they come to you with the next time. If you take it in well this time, they will keep telling you how you are landing with people the next time.
It's 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 so amazing and yet also so hard to do.